My Discord never suggests anything TMNT related. I hate it. I'm
I mean, they
serious, I hate
suggest the
it.
games to you. But anyway, if you guys want to keep us supporting and want us to keep watching and being able to keep reacting, head over to the Patreon and give us like a single dollar. It's only once a month for a lot of reactions.
Or,
And
or
yeah,
you can also help me out. I need help, please. I'm desperate. Sorry, go on.
it's fine, it's fine. You can also help Fable if you really want to. He does need some help. Go over to his Ko-Fi and help him out there.
He also may have some trauma. I wish I was kidding. Kind of sucks.
I have trauma.
Anyway, enough about my life as a hairdresser. Hit the thing.
Also, I will say one thing. The Patreon is only $1, and that $1 could go to helping me survive. If we get enough people giving me just a single dollar, then I'll just be able to react for you guys constantly. And no, I'm not cute. And be able to stream for you guys all the time.
For some reason, I was going to call you
just going to
Mark.
gloss over the fact that his Fable said that he's a hairdresser.
It's a thing I say. Sometimes I literally have said I don't. I've literally said so many random things. One time I literally said I'm not a doctor, but I play one on TV, and my friend legitimately thought I was a doctor. I'm like, no, I swear I'm not a doctor. I promise.
Paging Dr. Fable, paging Dr. Fable.
I'm not kidding. That was a legitimate thing that happened. I felt so bad. They thought I was an actual doctor.
Oh.
I thought you were an actual hairdresser.
Oh, Fable. Everyone thinks you're a doctor, and everyone thinks I'm a psychic.
I mean, to be honest, I could be a hairdresser. I thought about it, but then my friend mentioned that sadly there's the fact that a lot of the time, people tend to talk to their hairdressers about their problems, and I'm just like, listen, I just want to cut hair. I don't care enough about you to know about your problems. Just leave me alone.
Yeah, that's why, Fable, that's why you need to be a guy's hairdresser, because they don't want to talk. They just want the hair to be done.
Yeah, that's me mostly. I'm just there, just sitting there in the chair, just
just tip him.
Yes.
Give him the tip off.
Tip off.
I know.
Okay.
I'm just glad Fable is finally getting more into his character, for more or less. Now he just needs to create a backstory for them. Anyway, we're going to head into this.
Oh, you mean your project?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. I was like, wait, I'm already always in character with my VTuber stuff. What are you talking about?
Oh my god. Anyway,
as long as it doesn't involve redheads.
Oh my god.
Anyway, we're going to head into this and see if they're real ninjas. I think they are going to be.
Over on Patreon.
Wait, we should actually ask this. Do you think the Ninja Turtles are going to be considered real ninjas?
It depends, cause technically, Master Splinter Devs has been actually teaching them the arts of ninjutsu. So it's possible that they can be based off real ninjas, or if they are real ninjas. It's a thing. It's not like
I don't know.
It's not like fake ninjas, but we'll see what this video says.
Yeah.
No, I mean if they act like real ninjas.
The description or end of the video to hear how you can take part in making the show even more amazing.
Always remember, Mac. The first rule of ninjutsu is to not cause harm. Unless you mean to cause harm. They do lots and lots of it.
What?
Excuse me?
It has a literal thing Splinter said. I'm not even kidding.
Welcome to another episode of Witch Ninja, a series that looks at media's most popular
shows. I did not see it.
Which are bad. And today we're looking at the franchise that made the term ninja into a household name.
It really kind of did.
Ninja Turtles. So, funny thing about this franchise in February of 2018, two big pieces of Ninja Turtle-related news dropped. On February 1st, the newest iteration of the Teenage Mutant
Oh yeah, this was back when these were revealed.
Ninja Turtles was announced on Nickelodeon, and
people were skeptical.
Were not happy. Just what the heck happened? They look like a cross between Michael Bay's Turtles and Sonic Boom.
Yeah, they kind of do.
The more upset they got.
Well, the problem is the designs overall aren't too bad, but they're a little too flashy. For Ninja Turtles.
I'm gonna say this. Yeah. I've said it once and I'll say it again. Teenage Mutant Rise had a good story. The problem is it took too long to get good. I'm gonna die on this hill. I don't care if anyone fights me on this. You can. That's completely fine. That's your opinion. But this show had a lot of potential. Too bad that when it was finally hitting that potential, it got canceled. It's no one's fault.
There is also the problem of they did not market this right. They made it seem like it was Teen Titan Go for the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, it was just the brothers, you know, just messing around, acting like teenagers, which is completely fine. But the marketing didn't do a good job of it. It took too long to be good, and the earlier episodes are just like literally lol jokes, like stupid stuff. It's like, not for everyone.
Oh, that's real bad.
Yeah, but it did have
With a no
potential.
dachi instead of his katana.
But yeah, everyone gets mad at
What's
you when you say
Michelangelo
stuff
got
like
over there? Some kind of bladed yo-yo? Where's his
Oh yeah,
nunchucks?
there's that thing.
Black April's fine, but why is she hoverboarding on Donatello?
Yeah, that's a little weird.
Good lord, man, what happened?
He has the tonfas instead of the size.
He's enormous, and apparently he's the leader now?
That I did not like.
You don't give orders to my team, okay? I'm the order guy. This guy.
Suffice to say, there's some concern in the community. But just as hope
'Cause that's
seemed
one of
lost for
Big
TMNT
Leo's
fans, a week
Actually,
later, NetherRealm Studios released
Raph as a
DLC
leader was
we
pretty good,
never
which is
saw
kind of
coming.
funny.
The Turtles.
I refuse
Just
to
like
believe
we remember them.
You'll be rage quitting in a heartbeat. Unlike coding, this will be easy.
It feels like the original costumes is how they look.
I run a delivery service for pain.
Oh, that
Fully
sounds like
imagine
Raph.
the 3D yet so familiar you'd swear you were in the 90s. In fact, the trailer itself made a ton of references to the Turtles' lineage.
Apple. 3 a.m. Pepperoni.
Oh my god, the pizza.
Yeah, February's been quite a month for the Turtles.
Seriously?
Everyone over on Patreon has been really curious about our
Everyone
thoughts on
loves
whether
the
or not
Ninja
the heroes on
Turtles.
the half shell are worth their salt as ninja.
Yeah, but you're gonna
We
end up
made some
like
pretty interesting
having
discoveries
those
in our
Ninja
research.
Turtles throwing
Allow us
pizza
to
at
go
your
off on a
face.
tangent for just a minute because in our search, we found some interesting info you might like to see. The most of which being the rise of the
What are you
TMNT
doing over
might
there?
not be so
Shoot.
far gone canonically as we think. Sure, this is the first time each of the turtles is a different species, Raph being a snapper, Leo being
Yeah.
a painted turtle, Donnie
Monkey
possibly
Punky.
being a soft-shell turtle, thus the backpack, and Mikey, still not sure on that one.
I'm fine with them all being different types of turtles.
Uh,
It's just the way they presented this was not good.
Some people think that Mikey's actually a box turtle because like sometimes he can go into like he puts his whole body into a shell, so some people assume he is. I'm not sure though. I just heard rumors that people think he's a box shell turtle.
It's possible.
But the choice of weapons, which is definitely a point of
He
contention.
only
for a
has
lot of
one
folks,
sword, I
isn't
just
as
realized.
surprising as you may think.
Yes, in the documentary, I think
Everyone
it's
lost
called.
their minds when they saw Raph with tonfas instead of side. But let's have a look at the cover of issue 9 from the original TMNT Mirage comics. What's that over there? A tonfa? Curious? After opening the actual comic, oh look, Raph is training with a tonfa. And
Oh,
yes,
so they're
he's
using
even
some idea
them
from the
during mission
original.
that the turtles are on
But make
in
him
this
more
issue.
goofy.
How interesting. And what about
Doesn't he-
Michelangelo and his Death Yo-Yo and Rise?
Because originally Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they didn't kill.
Oh yeah, they murdered. They were not against murdering.
Yeah.
This is actually a Mandiki Gusari, a ninja weapon
Yeah, I
that
did
we
hear about
discussed
this.
before in detail in another Witch Ninja video about arms. Not only is it a legit ninja weapon, Mikey's used this thing before. Not only in the original issue 9, same as Raph and Tonfas, but also in the 1987 cartoon that everyone seems to judge every other iteration of the Turtles on.
That doesn't seem to be the same.
Michelangelo, master of the Manriki Gusari.
Oh,
This
maybe it
brings us to our
is.
findings about
He
whether
actually
or not
said
the
it.
TMNT make for good
Yeah.
historical ninja. In every other iteration of the Turtles, from the original comics to the 2012 iteration, there have been phenomenal real-life ninja references in each universe of the franchise.
I'm not
Except for
surprised.
the 1987 cartoon. Seriously, I hate to say it, guys, but I think as far as legitimate ninjutsu is concerned,
pulls out
even
a
the
real
Michael
gun.
Bay-produced Ninja Turtles are better ninjas than the 87
It's New York. I'm pretty
iterations.
sure old ladies do that all the time.
Why didn't you look before going outside?
What part of moving the shadows don't you understand?
Put down your torches and pitchforks, internet. I said better ninjas, not better show.
Jokes,
Yeah, I was
Granny.
born in the mid
Poor
80s
Granny.
and grew up with the Ninja Turtles in their heyday. However, I gotta question how legit these boys really are as ninja. But regardless of which side of the fence you're on, let's have a brief look at each of the more well-known generations
Teenage
of
Mutant
Turtles
Ninja Turtles.
and how ninja they really are compared to the benchmark. Starting with the source dimension itself, Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird's 1984
The original.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Unlike the Turtles of today, the original TMNT were identical in appearance, having the same build and same outfit. Even
Yeah.
when the series transitioned from black and white ink to colored, Each of the turtles had the same
Yeah, they had the red bandana.
outfits and headbands, making them fairly indistinguishable from each other save for what weapon they had. And
Yeah.
this didn't sit well with marketing.
I think he realized even in the graphic novels where they all had red bandanas,
It made them hard to
there had be more
distinct.
differentiation of the turtles.
Yeah.
The comic, at the drawings of the turtles, you couldn't tell one from the other except for the weapon. You couldn't say one's the leader, right?
Ah, but Kevin, James, whether it was an accident or not, that's a concept of true ninjutsu. Bushin no jutsu to be precise. If you're a
Division
long-time
technique.
watcher of Witch Ninja, you might already be catching on. But for you fresh faces, the Bushin no
Yeah.
jutsu is a visual
Or
distraction
shadow
technique of
konjutsu.
true-life ninja.
Yep.
Wherein, through different methods, ninjas would create body doubles of themselves
Or
to confuse
really,
enemies,
it's called the
which
shadow
led to
clone
some really
technique.
interesting head games.
Yeah, but it's not an actual real. Well, it's technically a real thing. Basically, they would have
Yeah.
a bunch of people all dressed like them in order to make it look like
Yeah.
there was multiple of them.
escape tactics. The
Yeah.
most likely way of doing such would be for ninjas to dress in identical outfits while infiltrating a target location. Eyewitness information would be confused, inexperienced soldiers
Yeah.
would become overwhelmed,
Mhm.
and there would be little chance that the enemy would be able to discern just how many different
Like, would you
shinobi
be able to
was
tell
moving
any of
around.
these guys apart?
In the case of the turtles,
No.
by looking identical, any potential eyewitness or enemy would be hard-pressed to determine which turtle is which, or even how many of them there are in total. As we've seen in future installments, by becoming easier to identify, more intelligent villains could exploit their various weaknesses, like Raphael's
Oh.
impulsiveness.
I volunteer to go kick his butt right after I kick yours.
Oh. Oh, the egg.
Also, by training the turtles in various weapons as we've also seen in issue 9 of the Mirage comics, Shredder, the Foot, no one would be able to truly identify the turtles' individuality if they were so flexible
Why are
with
they
their
naked
weapons
there?
as Splinter was attempting to train them to be. As each
Don't
turtle
ask.
could use weapons both blunt and bladed, held or
Oh.
thrown, their abilities in combat would also be mirrored by their ability to hide their identity when it came for them to come out for combat.
Yeah.
Whereas in the 1987 cartoon, even the most bumbling of Shredder's minions could identify each individual turtle and potentially exploit not only their weakness in fighting style, but
Mikey
also
just
their
gets
psyche.
caught.
Next, we have one of my personal favorites, the 1990 Teenage Mutant Ninja
I
Turtles.
love this movie. My
Despite the
dad
goofy
would
nature
show
of
me
the
this
film,
movie
thanks
because
to its
he grew up
association with the
around this time
1987 cartoon,
and watched it.
The movie hits a ton of parallels with the comic, such as the Foot attacking the turtles in April's apartment above her antique store, Casey coming to the rescue, the final showdown on the roof. Honestly, it's the most faithful representation of the true story I've seen outside the comic itself. And within
Yeah.
it are glimmers of true ninjutsu concepts. The best
I need to
part
rewatch
within
these
the first
movies.
couple of scenes in the movie. When the turtles
Over
see
and
April, they
over
pick up the light
again.
source, move quickly, hit hard, and stay silent.
Yeah.
Except Michelangelo.
Well,
because
welcome to your
He's
childhood.
then
Michelangelo.
quickly escaping before anyone can see them.
Yeah.
This is a combination of a few shinobi iri, or methods of infiltration. Raph shattering the light source and the turtles moving fast falls under the Yogi Gakure no Jutsu and the Joy Onjutsu. The
Yeah,
earlier
before they
being a
even know they were
distraction,
there.
such as throwing an object to get the attention of an enemy, and the latter being a technique for erasing light and sound in order to move freely without casting a shadow or making unnecessary noise. And in the 87 Turtles cartoon, when they save April, what do? Come out of the shadows and expose themselves.
Bingo. Yeah, we're dealing with a real mind here.
You're turtles.
Yep, so we
Oh, you moron. Love that.
Comparatively, what did Splinter say the first time we saw him in the Ninja Turtles movie?
Our domain is the shadow. Stray from it reluctantly. For when you do, you must strike hard and fade away. Without a trace.
It's honestly, this movie is great.
Oh,
If you get a chance, go watch it.
Yeah.
The costumes are by Jim Henson, by the way. You know, the dude who
Oh.
made the Muppets.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No wonder
kind
they
of
look
crazy.
pretty good.
Yeah. They're really great.
Yeah, ever wonder why Raph was so upset during the scene? When I was a kid, I thought he was mad that he lost a hard-to-make weapon. But from an analytical perspective, Raph's hard on himself because he left a trace. A clue.
Ah.
He failed as a true ninja. And that's a pretty big tone shift from this.
Come on, lady, wake up!
And hey, say what you want about Raph and the trenchcoat disguise, hiding in plain sight was more common to the ninja than sneaking around the shadows by far. Whether they dressed as shonen merchants,
Yeah.
also monks, or tsune no nari or common folk. Yeah, I know, being a turtle is something that's a lot harder to cover up than just being a human ninja. But the Shinobi no Henso Jutsu is a true-to-life ninja concept, and it seems
They are
to
very
be
much like
adopted well.
ninja.
In the movie, anyway. I still can't believe it was April that had to do something about the turtles' appearance and behavior in the '87 cartoon.
It's an old cartoon. It's expected.
Wait here.
Yes, looking at you, kid.
Ugh, really, guys?
God damn it, Ralph.
Where did they come up with this stuff?
And even when the turtles couldn't hide in plain sight, they executed some textbook jutsus, one of which being the Tanuki Gakure no Jutsu. This
Yeah.
technique involves hiding in a high place that exploits
Don't
the fact that
tell
people
me that's
literally
Julia
look up,
Roberts, is
45
she?
degree angle typically being the blind spot.
Yeah, basically they hide in places you
Donatello
wouldn't expect.
executes this perfectly.
Yeah.
Now jump ahead a decade later, and we now
Oh, she's
come to the
perfect.
2003 TMNT. And though things get a little more sci-fi with multiple dimensions, aliens,
Oh,
and
yeah,
being
Shredder was
Neutron
a-
of all things, it
yeah,
still
a
holds
Neutron.
tight to some ninja roots, many of which come from Splinter's continuing teachings, especially this one.
Mm-hmm.
You have won, but do you know why?
Well, I have the superior weapons.
Leonardo, attack me with your katana.
He does disarm some easy.
Hands of a true ninjutsu master.
Whatever.
Nothing can
I
be a
understand stuff for you.
He's
You may
right.
know an old man's ability to disarm a younger opponent's weapons with little more than a stick, but in Hatsumi Masaki's book, Way of the Ninja
Anything is a
Secret
weapon.
Techniques, Masaki shows over a dozen different disarming and throwing techniques against sword wielders, including the Kai
Which
Shigori,
they would have had to deal with.
Nagashi, and the Katate Nage. Masaki might be getting a little long in the tooth, but the creator of Bujinkan Ninjutsu is still a man not easily trifled with. Splinter also saying that anything can be a worthwhile weapon in the hands of a true shinobi also carries quite a bit of historical weight. Ninja
Right.
weren't exactly rich. In fact, most individual clans
Yeah,
were
they were incredibly
self-supportive,
poor.
away from Japan's proper economy. This meant that forging expensive, quote, real weapons was usually impossible for the reclusive hill-dwelling ninja clans.
Yeah.
Thus, they forged weapons from everything between their sickles and chains, creating kusarigama, to carving and shaping coins and scraps of metal to form shuriken.
Oh,
The
yeah.
true weapons of the ninja were not ornate or masterfully crafted like the blades of the samurai. Instead, they were handcrafted tools made into deadly weapons in the hands of true ninja. This is why Splinter, in several universes, has been so adamant about the turtles learning to master not only each other's weapons, but weapons we haven't seen them use since the original comics.
True.
And this finally brings us to the 2012 TMNT, and oh
My
man,
favorite
despite
one.
this Turtles universe being more cartoonish and blocky looking than the others, it holds some of the most core concepts of ninjutsu than any other version. Yeah, if I had to compare this series to the '87 cartoon, it would be exactly this.
Yeah.
You can't do that, dudes.
Oh, yeah.
Because we live in secret here.
Oh my god, he's
Oh
right.
my god. Oh yeah, this happened in the this happened in that one and in the early 2000s one where they meet the original turtles and they're like, dude, you have to act like actual ninjas.
You know, real
Oh.
ninjas.
It too also
Turtles
features the turtles
forever.
trying to learn each other's weapons, as Splinter says it'll improve their abilities. Again, a pretty ninja principle. There's also an entire episode devoted to Donatello creating handmade smoke bombs from eggs, aka materials that they have to work with, like real ninja.
Carefully drill 2 holes in an eggshell without cracking it, slowly blow out the contents, wait for the inside to dry, then pour in flash powder and seal both holes with wax.
Now, granted, for whatever reason, these smoke bombs allowed the turtles to just randomly teleport at will. But real ninjas would create, using the same process of using hollowed out eggshells, Metsubushi bombs, which are kind of like smoke bombs, but a bit more focused. Unlike Torinoko and other loud explosive smoke bombs which distracted an area, Metsubushi or eye closer bombs distracted the enemy personally. Basically, you're putting stimulants into their faces, eyes, and ears.
Oh,
to
they're
distract
throwing
them.
they're
A
throwing
horrible
stuff in your
concoction
face.
of pepper,
Yeah.
ashes, dirt, and other sensitive powders would be filled into the eggshells, and then the eggshells would be wrapped in paper for stability. Should the ninja be caught, they would throw these eggs at their enemies' faces as a noxious cloud of pepper, filth, and spices would explode in their face, allowing the ninja to quickly escape or reposition themselves. Maybe that's why Michelangelo keeps appearing in different places after he throws these things. He's just constantly disorienting the others to a point where it looks like he's moving that quickly.
That's probably
But
why
I'm sure
the
a
myth of
2-minute
them
gag of Mikey
being able
tossing
to do
hazardous
that.
powder in the face of his brothers would have been a little too much for this show.
Yeah.
Maybe, but there's another aspect of 2012 TMNT that pulls right from ninja history.
I do like the design of
Concept
Splinter in this
evolution,
show.
Or being without mind.
You see? Mikey does not think.
This may look like a stereotypical stab at martial arts, but the
It really
concept of
doesn't.
anticipating an attack without thought is very much a core ninjutsu principle that continues to this day in Bujinkan Ninjutsu.
Oh,
In
that
fact,
doesn't
it's the
even
rank
count.
5 Goldon test for upcoming masters known as the Saki test, or the test of ill intent. The test taker will sit back facing the test giver, while the test giver will strike the student with a non-lethal weapon like a shield.
Gosh, I want that
The
Pooh
test
Bear.
taker is encouraged to relax and unfocus their mind from the jitters of what might come, and instead, quiet their mind and focus on the atmosphere. If it's successfully dodged, the test is passed. However, bail too soon or take a crack in the head, and it's time to try again. A lot of people denounce the concept of Mushin, saying it's all smoke and mirrors. But for everyone who's ever been able to get into the zone in any sort of activity, it's safe to say that active thinking is a very plausible thing. Now we come to the turtles' most one-to-one true-life ninja technique. Out of everything we've covered so far in all of the different universes spanning the entire lifetime of this franchise, this is the most truly ninja thing we've seen come out of TMNT.
Oh yeah. Yes, I heard about this.
While the healing hand technique and its healing powers might seem like a fantasy, the ability that Splinter uses in subsequent
It's basically a way to calm your mind.
isn't 100% fiction. It's another technique we tend to come back to on a regular basis here on
supposed to
Ninja.
help?
Literally word for word.
Yeah.
This is known as the Kuji-in or 9 cuts. Rin, Pyo, To, Sha,
Supposed to do that in those ways. I can't do it.
9 hand gestures accompanied by chants
You
that
can do a
Ninja
few of
believe
those.
open up their ability to manipulate their body's energy.
No.
Popular media
That's
would
too
have you believe that
complicated.
these hand gestures or mudras as they're called somehow unlock some kind of ninja magic to create
I can't do it.
turn invisible. But the truth is, ninja utilize these and many other mudras in combination
I don't know
with
how the
meditative
turtle
chants in
can
order to
do
overcome
with
inhuman situations, such as
3
extreme fear,
fingers and we have 5
other disorders of
fingers.
the body.
It's basically to
In the
calm
case
your
of
mind, more or less.
TMNT, after being poisoned by the mutated Karai, Leo regains his composure and overcomes his poisoned
He's gonna
state by
faint.
chanting the Kuji-in in meditation.
샤, 주, 선, 린, 요, 피어, 도, 저, 전, 가이, 진, 렛수, 사이, 젠.
Calm his mind.
While the Kuji-in can immediately stave off poison as in the show, there is scientific evidence to support the theory that the Kuji-in had physical and psychological impacts on the body.
Watching.
At Mie University, Dr. Teruhisa Komori has been researching the effects of mudras on the human body by studying brain waves of individuals placed in stressful situations.
Interesting.
One group having performed the hand gestures and another group...
You're not gonna try it out, are you?
showed that ninja who utilized the hand mudras
I already
during stressful
have.
situations were actually able to
Oh,
stabilize
no.
their composure.
I did it back
for
when I
periods
was
of time,
younger, when I
with
learned
stress
about this
waves
thing.
dramatically lowered while
What?
mental relaxation increased, as shown by the red and blue.
You're not gonna try it, aren't you?
Failure to
It's too
stop and execute the
complicated.
Kuji-in in order
It's
to
not
regain
that
composure
complicated.
is not
Maybe
so
later.
Complicated.
would do given the
Baby,
I'm not doing it. No.
you don't
It's
have
too
to do it.
complicated.
Under intense levels of stress, such as fleeing, hiding from sentries who are a bit too close,
Do it all
or
once.
yes, maybe even being poisoned, ninja would perform various chants and mudras in order to stabilize themselves. And if Dr. Komori's research is legit, there might be more truth to this technique than we give it credit for. You know, for an
Nice.
improbable comic series about shinobi reptiles that took most of its inspiration from Daredevil and developed a cartoon series.
I didn't
focused
know
on
it was from
toys,
Daredevil,
there's
but
a
yeah.
surprisingly huge
Yeah,
amount of
the
legit ninja culture that spans
Foot
the
Clan
3
is a
decades
reference to the
lifetime TMNT
hand
has been
in
running,
freaking
and it's not even
Daredevil
close to
comics.
being done. Will Rise
Ah,
of the
that's
Ninja
what you
Turtles
mean,
shows
yeah.
be everything that
Honestly, I
fans
didn't
want?
know this whole thing with the
Probably
hand
not. But if we're
existed.
judging the series based on appearance alone, I would have thought that the 2012 version would have been terrible, but it wasn't. In fact, in terms of the Turtles and Splinter being actual
I do love
ninjas,
this
the
design
series
of Splinter,
credible out of
though.
the bunch. And that's saying a lot considering how much real shinobi culture we found in the different series starting all the way back.
It's
to the
crazy
original
how long the
comics of
Teenage Mutant Ninja
1984.
Turtles have been
So, in
around.
our final verdict,
Yeah.
are
And
the
still
Teenage Mutant
going.
Ninja Turtles actually good ninjas? Well, in most cases, absolutely. But ironically,
Like, if I ever got the
version that
chance to
fans have
write a
defined
Teenage
as the
Mutant Ninja
bar,
Turtle show, you don't know how
yeah, we still
happy I
have our
would be.
doubts.
Never.
But thanks for
I'm
watching,
stealing that
everyone.
from you.
A big thank you to my patrons who made
Never.
the show awesome,
What?
and a
I'm
big thanks
stealing
to
it from
everyone
you.
who came out to my research.
Why would you
Twitch feed to
steal
help
it
find
from me? You
all this
can't
amazing
steal it
information.
from me.
Link to
I
that in
can,
the
in
description
fact,
as well.
steal that from
If you're
you.
digging learning about ninja culture
Yeah.
from
No, it's not
TMNT,
fair because I was still your
Just for
king.
that, if I ever get control of one, Mikey's getting replaced.
only source of information for real ninjutsu.
I'm not
Shredder
hunting you down,
himself
Mac,
has
I
a
swear to
ton of
God.
shinobi history behind him. Or you can check out the ninja origins of another comic book
No,
shinobi,
you won't be
Batman.
able.
You can find all of those by clicking the annotations and links in the description below. And don't forget to
Because
subscribe.
big news,
because after
Fable.
crossing our
I know,
Mikey is the
still
most
young.
useless of the turtles.
even more episodes are coming.
He
still
is
young,
the
madam.
most skilled of the
But until
turtles,
next
you
time,
piece of
everyone,
crap.
this
Don't
is
you ever
Gaijin
say
Zumba
that again.
signing out.
I'll fight you. I'll fight you and
He's the most
Daisy. You
skilled
both
at-
gonna get hands.
He's the most skilled at
Oh,
eating
fucking
pizza,
funny.
maybe.
Oh my god, you're about to
Hey,
get some
hey,
pause, I swear to
look.
god.
You can fight me. I'm fighting you back because I'm gonna get a madam.
You're gonna get some
Oh my
freaking
God.
heads, all of y'all's.
No, you won't.
Anyway, if you guys like our stuff and like us watching this kind of stuff and talking about that, you need to read The Last Ronin. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Maybe we could voice over it for a little bit. Anyway, thank you all so much, and we'll see you later.
Oh, dude, the last round
Bye-bye.
was so freaking good.